Hey YouTube, what's up? Let's do a quick analysis on Bitcoin, real quick. Macro to micro, see what's going on. We're on a monthly here. Okay, we're gonna apply some Elliott wave for macro trend, just to kind of get an idea of where we think it's at and what it will do next. So forecasting, but we're not gonna rely on forecasting. We're not gonna take wild guesses. We're gonna use confirmations using these other indicators and price action on lower time frames so that we can get 1, 2, 3 confirmations that tell the same story as price and just take it from there and make an educated bet. This is always a bet, so we're going to use really tight risk management, tight stops, keep our capital preserved. But if you look here, you'll see it topped out here. Okay, that's cool. Then you see a couple of momentum bars, right? And you see these, this is the top, and then you got a 2 bar here confirmation. This bar closed lower than this range, this bar closed lower than this range. So 2 bar continuation, solid move back down to basically support area. Um, CCI is going into the blue, so cash is flowing out. And volatility's always in crypto. That never goes away. But then you got the directional bias not crossing, although it looks like it's about to here, but pointing towards each other, converging slightly. So you can't really rely on that too much as a confirmation. The cross is an interesting confirmation type, but yeah, so we've got all this decreasing momentum, and now we got a red bar. So momentum's going bearish. You've also got a red dot, so now you're in a squeeze on a monthly. Okay, a monthly squeeze is powerful because when a squeeze fires, if it's real, you're going to get 4 to 8 bars. So if this consolidates sideways for a couple of months, right, and then it pops maybe back up, you're going to get a nice pop up, maybe back up to here. Um, so that's nice to see consolidation, really tight consolidation on a long term, like a monthly. That's good stuff. So let's go down to the weekly. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do real quick on this. We didn't apply the Elliott wave. But in Elliott wave, you have corrections. So you have, like, typically you have 5 waves. So you have 1, 2 wave is a correction, then 3 here is the biggest, and then you get a 4 correction, and then you get a 5 wave, and it completes. Then you get a corrective wave, which is an ABC wave. And this is what it looks like right here. The A and the C are typically of equal length, and then you've got the B. So as you can see, it's clear an ABC corrective wave. It's going bearish in a tight consolidation pattern, which means it could be bottoming. Since these are about equal in length, the activity there is a textbook ABC corrective wave. And so this could potentially bottom and then go back up. But we can't really tell from this. This is just macro, so this is kind of a decent forecast to say, okay, ABC corrective wave, it looks like it's completing. That's a reasonable guess based on what an ABC wave is. So let's go drill down on the detail and see if we can figure out anything else. So here you see price action topped. It came back down on the A wave. And as you can see on the monthly, It looks very clear zigzag, ABC, right? But those waves, all those waves are actually made of smaller waves. And if you look here, there's like one, two, three that makes up the A. Then you've got one, two, three that makes up the B. And then you've got a pretty steady C wave. But let's see what's going on. CCI troughed here. Price action came way low. Now you got a couple of small equilibrium green bars. So market's at equilibrium here. Not a whole lot of activity. People are probably buying like, okay, yeah, just bottom. I'm going to buy here. There's not really anything indicative of a bottom just because price action troughed here and so did the CCI. That's a positive confirmation. You've got a strong bias, a bearish directional bias. Volatility is very low on the weekly. Squeeze just fired here, and as you can see, you got, you know, a good, what, 6 bars fired here. Slowing down here. So what this looks like to me is the move is slowing. Not that it's necessarily over, although it could be over. It could be both. So let's go down to the daily and see if we can get some more detail. Yeah. If you recall on one of my prior videos, we discussed this, how it broke support. Support became resistance. It was going sideways, not even coming back up to touch resistance. And so then you've got a squeeze, you've got a directional bearish bias, and you've got, like, right here is where I did the video on this 2-bar confirmation. I said now's the time to go in. If you're going to go in, you got a 2-bar, a squeeze, very strong directional bias, and then you've got the CCI right here at the point where it's going to break out of the blue. So it's like you've got all these positive, 3, 4 with the 2-bar confirmation, four positive confirmations. It's like no brainer. It's a low risk. You go short and you put your stop like at the top maybe here of the price action and keep it real tight, small loss. It's worth it because if you go, as you continue to watch my channel, or if you go on your own charts, or over time you just watch videos, you'll see I'm always doing 1, 2, 3 minimum confirmation, preferably price action. Gives me a 2-bar confirmation as well. Just depends. You don't have to do a 2-bar. It's less risky. So if you want more gains, you can take more risk on, and you know you could be like going short up here or something. I just don't prefer to do that because here it turns into like a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, it's about to break, and if it's real, I'm gonna make a nice profit. And if I keep my stop tight, I'm not going to lose much, so it's worth it. But looking here, you know, it came down here, and in one of my follow-up videos, you'll notice that, like, around here, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's probably time to sell because the CCI troughed here after this big red bar. Price came down more due to momentum. But you got cash flowing out. CCI's coming back up. Now it's back into the blue. Right? So I'm like, okay, is it a good time to sell just in case it's a bottom? If it's a continuation, guess what we're going to do? We're going to watch for another 2-bar. We're going to watch for this to break down. We're going to pay attention to these indicators up here. And we can always short again. But this way you're preserving your capital and locking in gains. So it's just a smart play. But this doesn't look like you've still got volatility kind of increasing. You've got the red directional bias. Price action's kind of going sideways a little bit. So let's go to the 4-hour and see if there's some sort of consolidation pattern for me. Not really. It's just kind of, there's no triangle or diamond or even a rectangle or a flag or a pennant. it just kind of bottomed here, and now it's kind of going sideways. So you can't really do much with that. Um, yeah, I will say there's a squeeze. This is consolidation bias, which makes sense in a tight squeeze, which is really tight consolidation. So it's just really tight consolidation right now. This says bearish again though. The CCI says cash is flowing out. So my bias is bearish, but there's not really a trade here. The play here is to wait. I mean, if you want to throw darts at a board, that's your money. But there's not really anything significant to play off here. It's just going sideways, consolidating. So what we really need is a good, I don't know, is this the, that's kind of a two bar. See, this is a two bar continuation here, confirmation, not continuation. But look how weak it is. So, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you sold here for some gains, locked it in. Now you're sitting on strong hands, and we'll wait for the next setup. But that's all there is on Bitcoin. Um, it looks bearish, but there's nothing really concrete to validate one way or the other. So it's best to stay out of the market. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe, comment for sure. Trying to facilitate discussion on this channel. Chime in, let me know your thoughts, if you agree, disagree, etc. Maybe some things you look for to make trades, etc. Other than that, take care and I hope your trading goes well.